Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Raven's Nest, and today we're going to be doing a little Kerbal Space Program tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to do a slingshot maneuver with a fairly low amount of fuel. In this case, we're going to be using the moon to catapult ourselves out of the orbit of Kerbin. So let's say we want to get out of Kerbin's orbit. And I'm going to show you with a maneuver node. So if I throw enough fuel to get out, we just saw the makings of a slingshot maneuver, by the way, with a moon encounter. But you can see that it takes me 924 meters per second of velocity. Maybe a bit less than that. Yeah, 920. Yeah, about 922, 923 meters per second in order to get out of Kerbin's orbit with the current ship that I have, which is a really basic thing that I just rigged in order to make this demonstration. So 922 to get out without a slingshot maneuver. Now, let's say I get that maneuver off and make sure that I get a moon encounter, which should be somewhere around here. Boom. In order to catapult my... Okay, that would basically make me crash into the moon. So not ideal. But you see, if I move the node around a little bit... that would not be a crash. I would be getting really close to it, but I wouldn't crash. And I would still escape Kerbin's orbit after accelerating myself using the moon's gravity and using almost 100 meters per second of velocity less than I would normally do using just thrust, just fuel. So it is significant. It's a 10% gain, and when you have to calculate your fuel quite a bit, it is a significant thing. And it's also pretty impressive to look at when it happens, because you just skim over the moon, or almost. If you really want to maximize that boost, that acceleration you're getting from the slingshot, you want your periapsis here on your maneuver to be as low as you can make it. And I do that by moving the maneuver node here. Now, that is a bit too low. That would crash me into the moon. But if I move it just a bit, 46,000 meters, because the moon doesn't have an atmosphere, I can afford to do this. And we're going to be skimming it at 50,000 meters, 45,000 meters, and then just slingshotting into interplanetary space, basically. Oh, there we go. 15,000 meters. Holy crap. That's going to be impressive to look at. That is going to be a fun one to look at. So yes, we are going to do a slingshot maneuver around the moon at a very low altitude. Look at how much it distorts my trajectory. The time warp of 2 hours takes 2 hours to reach the moon. That is some fast travel. If it only takes you 2 hours to reach the moon after your initial burn. Holy crap. And I'm going to warp into the moon's sphere of influence. There it is. And there it is. Beautiful. I just hope that there isn't any mountains that are over 15,000 meters. I don't think there's any. Because the highest is like 5,000, if I remember it right, at least, on the moon. But this is gonna be a very, very low pass. And the other really important thing that I want you to notice right now is in my big nav ball here, you can see, yes, we are accelerating because of the gravity. But yes, we are accelerating quite a lot without using any fuel whatsoever. So we're just gonna make our low, very, very low flyby. We were at 400 or so meters per second when we finished our burn to come to the moon. We've more than doubled our speed from that, which is it's a pretty big deal. And there we go. That was a very, very low pass over the moon. Constantly accelerating. We're losing speed now because we're past periaps. But that speed increase, that 400 meters per second that we saved here, is going to be enough to just catapult us out of Kerbin's orbit, way past Minmus, and on our way to somewhere. So yeah, here's another one. Here's another ship that I built a little while ago, just for the hell of it. It's not the biggest thing I've ever built. It's not that huge, but it's a fairly decent station. I got a pretty big plane and a little probe here on it, and the maneuver I was able to do with it shows very well how you can combine slingshot maneuvers to save fuel. In this case here, I'm actually slingshotting around the moon at fairly high periaps, but even then, it was not an easy one to time. And then back around Kerbin in order to escape that way, because my objective here is to reach an inner planet. I want to try to reach Eve, ideally, but as you can see, just from that slingshot maneuver, I'm already a fair bit of the way in. So yeah, you can really try to use these maneuvers to your advantage and optimize your trajectories as much as possible to make your periapses as low as possible and save a ton of fuel. Anyways, that is it. I just wanted to show off basically how I stumbled on how to do a proper slingshot maneuver, because I was not really experimenting with it all that much before today. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as leave your feedback in the comments below. As for me, I'm Raven, and I'll see you soon.